Ukraine's president says he can't rule out war with Russia, but that there is, at the moment, no sign of an increased military build-up on the border. Volodymyr Zelensky says there's no need to panic, but he hoped there could be talks between the US, Russia and Ukraine to ease the tensions. Diana Magnay has the details.
Well, I mean, we always knew he wasn't going to get his core demands satisfied, a ban on NATO expansion and a stop of missile deployments in countries close to his borders. But he has had a telephone call with the French president today, and as far as the French side tells us, he did say that he didn't want any escalation and that he wanted to continue the dialogue. And in the Kremlin readout of the call too, he talks about the importance of continuing with the Minsk dialogue. That's that set of agreements that was formed in 2015 to try and establish peace in the Donbass, but reiterated the fact that, you know, the written proposals that have come back from the US and from NATO don't address Russia's core grievance, and that he wanted clarity on this issue of the fact that the security of one country shouldn't compromise the security of another, which is basically Russia's response to NATO's claim or principled belief that it should be up to any sovereign country if they want to join the alliance or not. And in fact, on that note, President Zelensky also said, actually, I just want clarity on NATO. They should tell us now whether we're going to be able to join or not. You know, we live in the present. Our concerns at the moment are in the present, not about the future. I think Russia would be just as happy to know, or to have it said out loud, that it is highly unlikely that Ukraine will join NATO anytime soon. So we did hear a few reassuring words from Russian officials today. This is what Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, had to say. Let's take a listen.
If it depends on the Russian Federation, there will be no war. We don't want war, but rudely stepping on our interests, ignoring our interests, that's not something we will allow.
But now they are going to study the contents of those proposals and work out whether there really is enough in there for them. And if not, Sergei Lavrov said that they would retaliate using any kind of measure. Now, read into that what you will. And just a little addition to all of this, there's just been news that Russia has expanded its blacklist of people from the EU that aren't allowed into this country. And there's also the expulsion of diplomats from the Russian embassy in DC, and that is being met in a reciprocal fashion here. So those aren't particularly welcome developments in this ongoing, very tense standoff between Russia and the West.